Good morning. One of the most powerful tools that we have in our biosphere coaching arsenal is to analyze an actual incoming call to an auto repair shop. We do this on a regular basis, on a weekly basis, as part of our coaching protocol. Today, you're in for a very special treat. I am going to break down an actual call made to an auto repair shop. Now, I'm the one who made the call. This is a secret shopper call that I recorded. I have removed all of the identifying elements of the name of the shop, the name of the service advisor, the city, state, phone numbers, all of it. I have edited those out or beeped them out. And so what we have left is the things that would drive me as a customer to go to this shop. That's what we're listening for. And today I'm going to analyze this call based upon three things. First, onboarding. How does the service advisor onboard me? How does he make me feel or she make me feel welcome? How much does that person validate my choice to call the shop as a brand new customer? Second, scheduling. Does the service advisor get control of scheduling? Third, up-helping. Not upselling, but up-helping. Does the service advisor seek other problems to solve? And so I'll stop and start this actual phone call, and I'll analyze and give you some feedback. These are powerful tools that you can certainly use right away inside your own auto repair shop, whether you're a Biosphere coaching client or not. All right, so here we go, out of the gate. Let's see how this particular service advisor does. We're on ring number 2 and ring number 3. Okay, I'm going to pause it right there before the service advisor picks up and tell you 3 rings is too much. The customer on the other end of the line who's calling your auto repair shop becomes impatient by the 3rd ring. And so every generation is more entitled than the last. We're less patient. And so you really need to be answering the phone on the back end of the 2nd ring. That should be the goal. Not always attainable, but it should certainly be the goal. Okay, let's continue.
Thank you for calling. How may I help you?
Let's listen to the greeting again, and then we'll listen. I'll tell you what to listen for.
Thank you for calling. How may I help you?
Now, I've edited that out again, the name of the shop here. Tone is the number one way we communicate intent, our tone. Is the tone friendly, welcoming? Is he rolling out the red carpet? I would say that there's opportunity for growth in the tone. It's not bad, it's just not exceptional. Also, pace is another indicator of intent. Are you rushed? Have you been flying around like a chicken with your head cut off? In this case, I think he's probably a little quick. So in coaching, I would say slow down, sound happier on the phone. All right?
Thank you for calling. How may I help you?
Yeah, but I need to get my car in for an oil change.
Alrighty.
So this customer has done exactly what the marketing for this shop wanted, and that's to call in and schedule something. This is the opportunity for conversion. At this point, the onboarding, the first third of the how we'll break down this phone call, is all about welcoming, validating, getting the customer's name, using the name. It's having that conversation that really imprints that customer that you care. That, yeah, thank you so much, welcome. You can't kill people with kindness. Now, you can try, but that should be part of our goal. Now, that's very, very hard. You have to let go of a lot of things that are happening around the auto repair shop. Fully focus on making that customer feel welcome, validated, affirmed. The more you focus in that first third on doing so, imprinting, the better the rest of the phone call will go, the easier it will be, and the more likely that customer will be to reward you with a return visit, great review, and telling their friends about how awesome you were. All right, let's keep listening now.
Are you able to drop it off with us at all, or do you need to wait for it?
So we're going right to scheduling. So we're skipping all those steps. It's okay to do scheduling. You've got to do scheduling. But again, validate, affirm, love on the customer, and then worry about scheduling. Now let's hear how he's doing scheduling. Let's back that up just a little.
Alrighty. Are you able to drop it off with us at all, or do you need to wait for it?
Never give the customer the option for waiting. You don't want waiters. Waiters kill your average repair order. They kill everything. There's more comebacks, more mistakes, more pencil whipping of inspections. So get control of scheduling, tell them to drop it off, and tell them when you want them to drop off their vehicle. When you get control of scheduling, you build value in the relationship with the customer, because all they want is for somebody to take control of their lives, which are in some level of chaos because it's being disrupted by having to bring their car in.
I'll probably just wait for it.
And when you give them the default in this case, most of the time they're going to take the waiter, and that kills the dream.
Okay, let me check the schedule here.
So you should know the schedule. Before you pick up the phone, you should know what your schedule is. You should know what's available. You should have that clear sense before the phone rings without having to look at it. Now, it's a brief glance that he had, and if you have a written schedule that two service advisors are sharing off of, I understand. But you should really know what's happening in the schedule, all right?
I can get you in at 9 a.m. tomorrow morning, if that works for you.
Early, good, is better than late, great. The earlier we get them in and dropping it off, the more time we have with their vehicle. Therefore, the more we can present to them as problem solvers, the more likely they are to say, yeah, let's solve all of those problems you just brought up.
Yep, we can make that work.
All righty. And what was your last name?
What's the last name? I call this the Department of Transportation question. What's the last name? This question has one intention, and that is to put somebody in a system. That's why it makes a lot more sense to get their name at the beginning. Who am I speaking with? And to use their name throughout the conversation. It sounds nicer. It sounds like you're getting my name so that you can call me by my name, as opposed to this approach.
Allen, Allen.
First name?
Dave.
All right. Have you ever been with us here at SOAR, Dave?
I love the question. Have you been in before? This is the reward affirmation opportunity. Now let's see what he does with my answer.
No.
Okay. And do you have a...
Yikes, there it goes. And so he's only asking that as part of the process, as part of the data entry for their shop management system. It's the only reason he asked. If you're going to ask that question, and you should, make sure you love on the customer for their journey to you. There are 177,000 auto repair shops in the United States. They pick yours. That's a huge deal. The more you reward their choice to pick you, your marketing works, they called in, or someone referred them to you, the more likely they will be to come back and tell others about how awesome you are.
Good email address we can put down for you?
A good email address is passive voice. Do you have a good email address? I don't know, is there such thing as a bad email address? He doesn't mean it that way, but you have to justify also why you're asking for an email address. So, Dave, here's what I want to do. I want to have 3 different ways to be able to contact you and stay and keep you connected with what's happening with your car. Email is one of those ways. What is your best email address so that when I reach out to you, that email works? Is another way to ask that question. Build value in them giving you their email address. They'll be more likely to give it to you.
I'm not really much of an email person, actually. Probably better just to call me.
Not a problem.
Not a problem. 2 of those 3 words are negative. Not and problem. He doesn't mean it to be negative. Be careful of not a problem. Better way to say it is, okay, absolutely understood. Yep, you bet. Make it okay for the customer to not give you their email.
How about a good address?
A good address, again, passive voice. I don't think you have to ask for this information right now. Anyway, I think it's better at the drop-off. I wouldn't take up phone time asking for it.
339 West Benton.
Alrighty, and a good phone number for you?
And all of this has been edited out in terms of the locator and everything else. That's why there was no more address there. This service advisor should confirm everything. Always, always confirm all data entry. If you're off by a digit or a number or anything, you might as well not have the information. Always confirm it after the customer has given it to you, whatever it is.
Alrighty, and what is the year, make, and model on the vehicle?
And so I gave the phone number. I edited that part out. He should have asked me to repeat it to make sure that data was accurate.
It's a 2011 Malibu.
And was there anything else that you wanted us to pay specific attention to besides the oil change?
I love the question. So now we've done 2 of the 3 elements of this. The onboarding is the first third. Scheduling is the second third, which we've been working on. The third third is up helping. seeking other problems to solve. This is great. He is seeking other problems to solve, and I love this. And listen to how persistent he'll ask this more than once.
Yeah, there's a kind of a squeaking sound, I guess, on the front left side or the front of the car. I imagine it's probably the brakes. You guys can check that out.
Okay. You said front left, right?
I believe, yeah.
All right.
Okay.
Alrighty. I have got you all set.
All right. No follow-up. Tell me about the brakes. Dave, is this squeaking sound you're hearing just in the morning? Is it just when you're braking? The supposed diag type question. Whether or not you care necessarily about the customer's response, the fact that you asked it shows I care, I'm compassionate, I care about your safety. Brakes are a safety concern. You want to make the customer doesn't feel safe when they hear their brakes squeaking. So you want to make them more safe. Hey, we're going to take care of this. We're going to look at this. We'll do a thorough brake inspection to figure out what is causing that squeaking sound. And that's part of also asking questions about, hey, when is this happening? The diag type question.
Up to wait for that at 9 o'clock tomorrow morning. Is there anything else I can do for you?
I love it. Verifying the time I'll be coming in tomorrow, and then asking what else, other things I can do for you. It's a closed-ended question, requires a yes or no response. Better question is, what else can I do for you? What other issues, what other concerns on the back end? The helping question.
Yeah, if we've got to replace the brakes on that old beast, what are we roughly looking at price-wise, do you think?
Price shopper.
So once I get a look at the vehicle and I can figure out all the equipment that's on it, I can give you an accurate price estimate, depending on specific like suspension packages and things like that.
Okay.
The brake rotors and pads may change. Sometimes we've got to get like a color code off of the struts in order to figure out like the actual parts that are on it and everything.
Okay.
We do a full inspection with every oil change, entire rotation included.
So I feel like this is a nervous service advisor, sort of throwing stuff at it, see if it sticks. All you have to tell the customer is, we don't know. I want to make sure we're accurate. Let's confirm what's happening, then ensure that it is the brakes. I think you can also ask another question here. You can ask. Remember, questions are the enemy of fear and anger. This is also part of onboarding. It's part of the whole desire to help improve trust. You want the customer to feel safe, secure, and trust you, and questions are a way to do that.
So while we're looking at the vehicle for the oil change and everything, we'll be able to build you an accurate price estimate.
There's the word accurate again. I love it. Great job.
Okay. Can you, like a best case, worst case, just a kind of a rough idea?
So this customer is having none of it. Call it the second wave of pushback. So can you give me a rough estimate, a ballpark, best case, worst case? How should a service advisor handle this? Yeah, more questions. Asking more questions, drilling down, showing care, compassion, creating greater safety and security to redirect the conversation, get control, build value. Let's see how he handles it.
I can try to ballpark it, but
I can try. Do or do not. There is no try. Try implies failure. Yes. So yeah, I can try. I'll sure give it the old college try. Avoid using the term try.
It all just kind of depends. I mean, I could give you a rough estimate, but it might be wildly inaccurate.
Yikes! So I'll give you something, but don't plan on it being accurate. I'll just give you something because you're asking for something. You're better off not going down that road at all.
If we need to do front and rear brakes, pads, and rotors all together, I would guess probably around.
It's a guess. I'm guessing. I'm trying. I'm thinking. I'm wondering. Maybe.
700 is a good ballpark.
All right, so $700 is what he's stuck with. This customer is going to hold him accountable to $700 being the amount of money I spend to solve the problem, the concern, the correction. When you give a price on the phone, you're stuck. It's kind of like you broke it, you own it, right? In this essence. So that's all about a whole nother level of training. But yeah, we only get prices on three basic things: oil service, testing and evaluation, and tires. Everything else, we have to see the car.
Okay. Yeah, that's not out of that's kind of what I generally figured. So
right.
That makes sense.
All right. Is there anything else I can do for you?
Asking that question again, I love it. He has asked that question 3 times now. I love it. Always seeking other problems to solve. Fantastic.
No, that's it, man. I appreciate it.
Yeah, not a problem. Thank you.
There's not a problem again creates a problem. Not a problem makes a problem. It's my great pleasure. Of course, certainly, my great pleasure to take care of you.
Thanks for calling. Enjoy the rest of your day.
Use the customer's name at the end. Make that last word, the last thing he hears is his name or her name, and they'll love you for it. They'll reward you for it. Scale of 1 to 10, I give this call about a 4. It's okay. Lots of opportunity for growth. I ask you then, when you're evaluating your own recorded calls, when you have a chance to listen to them, where are you scoring? Are you looking at your calls and listening for them through the prism of 3 elements? And that is onboarding, scheduling, and up-helping. Make them feel rewarded and affirmed and validated in the first third. Take more time with that part than any other part of the conversation. Love on them, imprint them. Second, scheduling. Get control of scheduling. Get them to drop it off. That's what you want. Your ARO goes up. And up helping, asking what other issues, what other concerns. Also an ARO driver. I would love to hear your comments, your thoughts. And if you would like me to secret shop your shop, please reach out to me, Jonnie@thebiosphere.com. Email me directly. I would be happy to secret shop your shop, record the call, play it back for you, and reach out to you and schedule a time. Thank you so much. I hope these tools you find useful, apply them right away to your own auto repair shop. In the meantime, thank you for working with all of us here at the Biosphere to build something better.